We hope it's going to get a little warmer than it is. But when it does finally warm up more, that's when a few problems tend to spring up around the home.
Yeah, issues like leaky roofs and clogged gutters. Joining us is Dan Gramann of Paul Davis Restoration and Remodeling. Thanks a lot for coming in this evening.
Thanks for having me.
Now, what is the biggest issue that you deal with once this melt season is underway here?
Well, as we all know, in the last 3 weeks, we've had a lot of snow melt.
Yeah.
We got far more snow than we were expecting in the last month. And then when the warm weather came in, it melted a lot of the snow. We got a little bit of rain on top of that.
Right.
So what happens with that is we get a lot of sump pump failures because people haven't looked at the maintenance on that, or we get sewage backups that can happen as well.
Now it's spring and a lot of people are thinking, I've got to take care of my home. Can you give us a rundown of a spring maintenance checklist that would be good, Dan?
The spring maintenance checklist, that could go on for a while.
Really?
But I'll give you a few
Okay.
bullet points, starting with the interior. Some things that you should always double check every year, whether it's spring or whenever. Smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. You'll want to go to the basement and double check your sump pump. You might want to have a professional take a look at it. If you don't have a backup battery, as we all know, when it rains hard, typically there can be power outages too.
We got one.
Yeah,
We learned the hard way. Yes.
Absolutely.
So what about leaky roofs? We're looking at some pictures of roofs here that looks like they might be in questionable shape.
Yeah, as far as leaky roofs go, you know, if you're not brave to go up there on top of the roof, you might want to have a professional come up there, take a look at it. You're going to want to look for if the gutters are full of granules. It means they're shedding all the granules, and if there's curling of the shingles, is there flashing, proper flashing around the chimneys and all that. But you know, if there's shingles missing, you might want to have somebody do a quote for you and find out whether or not you do need a new roof.
Take care of those. Now, what about cracked concrete around your home and in the area? Is that important to?
Basement walls elsewhere.
Yes. In the home,
yes. I recently just had drain tile put in my basement along with power beams because there was bowing happening, and obviously that can be a water issue. Obviously, I don't want the foundation caving in. So what we did was we had power beams put in. I had a quote for that. Power beams push the walls back in, and also the drain tile to make sure that the water is directed rather than taking over my basement. It directs it to the sump pump.
You definitely do not want that to happen.
No, absolutely not.
Dan, thanks a lot for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
Dan Gramann, Paul Davis Restoration and Remodeling. Appreciate your tips.
Better to be proactive.